Hi, Betty.
Good morning.
How are you this fine and lovely day?
I'm okay.
I'm
I gotta
okay.
take my cat to the vet shortly, and I don't know if I can stay the whole meeting, but I'll try.
You
He's about
did what?
to be there at 1. I got a cat that is got some major issues going on. My poor old boy, he's 15, and I don't want to talk about it, I get upset.
Oh, yeah, it's like a member of the family. Yeah,
Yeah, he is. He's my kid.
yeah. Furry. You're a furry kid.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Okay. Did you get the 2 emails that I sent today?
I didn't see, no. You sent email?
Yeah, I
I
sent
might
2.
have went through it. I get so many.
Okay.
I'll look. Let's see if I got it. Thought I looked down. Sometimes I miss stuff. Too much junk mail on top of it. It's ridiculous. I don't see it. No. I think I saw anything from you. That's Megan. No, I didn't get any email.
Oh, rats.
Today I didn't get an email from you. I didn't think I saw one. That one, maybe I missed it.
I sent 2 things out. I hope everybody got them.
I just
Otherwise,
looked.
you and I are gonna
Usually I
get
do get an email from you, and I happened to notice yesterday. Sometimes you send them on Tuesday, and I didn't see one today either. I thought, well, I clicked the link from last week on the text, but I didn't see an email. I thought, well, maybe I missed it because I was kind of busy looking for it. But no, I didn't.
Good.
Again, it ain't there. You always send one every week. That's what I was thinking when I looked today.
Yep.
How much
Hi,
questions?
Hello.
Did you get any emails from me today?
The new link.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure that it got out because Betty hadn't seen it yet, but we'll see. And it took me.
What was the email, John?
I had a birthday wish from Veronica, and I said, "Who the hell is that?"
That's me.
Then I clicked on the link and went, "Oh, that's her first name. That's right." It just took me a minute. I was like, "Oh, well, that surprised me." So you got it.
Don't you have random people writing happy birthday on your page? I have that all the time.
Absolutely. You would have no idea how many women send me friends requests when they're wearing bathing suits.
I know, I'm in Shane's account and he gets such an inappropriate messages.
Yeah, it's like, dang, who is that guy? He must be popular. Hey, Audrey, welcome. And Doug. Did you all give me a thumbs up if you got an email from me or 2 today? No? Huh. Having some problems with my email account. Did you get a text message? Okay. Sporty glasses you got there, and I love the sign up behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fabulous. Hey, Doug's on text today. That's cool. So you guys got some deals in the hopper, huh?
Today had a closing schedule, supposedly. So, yeah, on to the next one.
A round of applause. See, it's going around to get it. A round of applause. Well, that's good. Finally proving that it was worthwhile to get out of the jewelry business.
Well, yeah. Knock on wood.
Well, I knew when you connected with Emeril, I knew that was going to be really a good match.
Yeah, truly a game changer.
Yeah, she's a good leader. really good leader. I've always been very impressed with her, and good businesswoman.
She's helped me put out quite a few fires.
Yeah, yeah. She's a problem solver, you bet. And that's what it takes to be good in this business. Yep. So what you're closing one today? What's the volume on that?
400,000.
That's nice.
I'll take it.
I'd say I see a 500, I see a 380, I see a 325, and I see some.
Well, that's all of us together as a team. We're trying to keep track of it.
Yeah, no, not trying, keeping. That's putting up a board like that is one of the most important things. It's funny how it's in human nature. And I was doing recruiting, we were coasting along, everything's going great. And then we had a meeting and we said, you know what, let's put up a report board. Let's just put it up there and see what we're doing. And strangely enough, my numbers went up because I could not walk by that board and not see positive things on it. It just made me crazy. So, what we put up there, we seem to improve on. What gets focused on gets improved, strangely enough. Cool.
Amen, John.
Doing that. Yes, Betty.
That's why we got it too. Yeah, it does make a difference when you look up and you see nothing. You feel, oh.
Yep. And I like it. Somebody answer that phone. One of my favorite things was when Ed first joined us and there wasn't a lot of business and you guys started putting things up on the board. And then Ed called me in one day, was all upset. So what's the matter? He said, well, I need a bigger board. That's a success problem that we will get right on top of. Then he ended up with 2 boards. So cool. Anybody got what do you got? What do you need? Looks like we're a little light today. I'm concerned about my email that didn't get out. The text message did, but the email, I'm having some challenges with my email account. Now, it might have come from, I sent it 2 ways. I sent it from my John Emmett Cell State. I also sent it from my old JM for Travel account.
I got the GM Traveler, didn't get the J Monaghan.
Yeah, I've talked to the boys for it's kicking it back saying I'm not on their authorized seller, authorized mail list. So I guess it's got me marked as a spammer for sending this out every week, and they're supposed to be working on it.
My email's weird too, John. It sends all of Ed's stuff to something called an inbox, not your regular inbox, just a surprise inbox. I'm at AOL. I've been calling them for, I don't know how many times I've called them, on hold over an hour. They fix it and it goes right back. Huh. It's like, I need to see Ed's emails. What's wrong with you people? At first he was going to spam. I guess he sends me too much stuff. I don't know. They're hiding Ed from me, which is the wrong person to hide, Who knows? Technology, we got to deal with it.
Yep. Well, we got I sent out 2 emails today. One was the meeting notice, and then I sent out another one that we'll cover in the meeting today, but it was great scripts from Brian. So today we're going to talk about digital geographic farming, how to use all of your media to really farm an area and get the rewards from that, because that's ongoing business. And also we're going to talk about scripts for people that say, you know what, the prices are high, I'm going to wait to sell. I'm going to wait till next spring, or I want to buy a house before I sell my house. And I want to buy a house contingent on selling my house, and all those crazy things that people have in their mind because they don't understand the market as well as we do. Any questions, or what do you got? What do you need before we start with Brian Eisenhower on digital farming?
Anyone have single family home listing coming up in either Homestead or Cutler Bay area? 200 to 300,000.
That would be check with Margarita Herrera. because she's down in that area. And she may know, she may
Perfect.
have something.
I need something in Cooper City, up to about 700. I don't know, 3 bedrooms would work, but he'd like 4. Everything that comes on the market's gone in an hour.
Yeah. So
I
it
mean,
has to be Cooper City?
Cooper City, West Pembroke Pines might work. Yeah, in that area, general area, maybe West Davie even.
Okay. All right. Well, we usually start.
Hold on. So Betty, if Pembroke Pines work for them, check if they're okay with Silver Lakes community, because that's part Pembroke Pines, part Miramar.
Yeah,
We want
okay,
to have more coming up there. We have right now like couple on the contract, but
okay.
we're going to have more in the next.
How far west is it?
Just check, like it's pretty big community. It's called Silver
Yeah.
Lakes. Just like check in general if they're okay with that area, and if
Yeah,
they are,
I'm
just
familiar with it,
check
yeah.
them out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember when Silver Lakes was built, boy, was I making some money off that place. It was back in the
Yes.
day.
So
the 90s.
our seller, he has more than 200 properties in that community, and he's unloaded them.
I
So we
wish I'd have
still
bought a
see
few
so
back then.
far. Yeah.
I looked at some in Chapel Trail when they were being built in Silver Lakes to move myself and 110, you know, and now they're like 600,000 for the same house. You'd have known, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It goes up. Good thing. All right. Thank you, Vera. Yeah. Anybody that's looking for stuff, always check with Vera and Shane, because you know things are coming out, and you can get yourself some good good leverage there. Good angle. All right. So today we're going to be discussing what I have right here over my head is what are you going to do today to create more business for yourself? So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's head over to Brian Eisenhower, our hero.
Because this is where farmers dominate. You know what I mean? You can just dial for dollars right now. And I'm going to show you a lot more things that we can do for farming with emails that makes farming very low cost for the first time in history. So this does work at a high level, and it's never worked more than it has in this ultra low inventory market. If you're a real estate farmer, this is the market for you, because this is where farmers dominate. You know what I mean? You can just dial for dollars right now. You can send out mailers for listings. Everybody's hunting. How do I get listings? Well, it's real easy for farmers right now because you've already saturated certain farms. So it's just like increase the velocity, get more mailers out every single week. What is the content we can put out there? So all the farmers really do well in these high markets. And if they're not, I get those farms set up. So I'm doing this with all my clients, all my big teams, especially anyone that has strong admin support, you know, dedicated marketing people. I've got them working on setting up farms like Matt, right? So what we're doing, I mean, the first step with everybody is, of course, to set up your farming databases, right? So we've got to get an information service out there. We partner with RedX too as an ICC affiliate. So you can use RedX and get their numbers. We partner Voice, so you can use geo leads to get their numbers, or you can use Stephanie and Tyler at Cole Information. All of those have, you know, I would say about 50% of the email addresses.
And if you decide to go and do some of these things, this video is available to you on the Real Estate Agent Roundtable. So you can go back and take those names of the companies and the names of the people that Brian's telling you to speak to. Call up, say you're an Eisenhower client, because we are, and get the discount that they'll give you and the information then that you need.
Typically, some neighborhoods you'll get 30, some you'll get 60. Email addresses are the key, okay? And you just can't get discouraged if you only get 30% email addresses. If you've got a farm of 1,000 people, that's going to be 300 email addresses. And that means that's free. Every time you send an email, it costs you nothing, you know? So it's very, very easy to email whatever you're mailing. You can always email whatever you're mailing.
You can always set up your list in PowerSuite or whatever you're using and get yourself that specific group and start farming to them. And you can have more than one group, as Brian will explain.
Okay. And you can do tons of things now with emails, right? For example, we can take emails and we can actually upload them into Facebook and retarget Facebook ads of them, right? But emails are the key there. Okay, so and I'm going to show you a lot more things that we can do for farming with emails that makes farming very low cost for the first time in history. Most people consider farming just mailers, and mailers are great, don't get me wrong, they work very, very well, but they're also the most expensive part, which makes farming prohibitive to most people. So most people do a very poor job of farming because they don't want to spend the money. They don't realize there's other ways to make contacts, to add value and come from contribution and provide customer service to the members of your farm, right? So with call information, we get that. Now, of course, if we get the cell phone numbers, we're typically going to get a little bit more, a higher percentage of the cell phone numbers. You know, we can do bulk texts for open houses, straight to voicemail drops for neighbors only open houses. So we can do all of those. All right. So all of those can kind of roll around a farm every single time. And every time we do that, again, we're making more and more touches. We're diversifying our communication between mailer, between text, between voicemail. We could even circle prospect around a farm as well. Could be retargeting Facebook ads on social media. Could be sending, of course, the emails and things like that. Okay, so we are creating a farming plan where we're diversifying our contacts through multiple channels of information. But it's
Also, you can go into Power Suite, and many letters to use for farming are already written. You can use them as is. They've been created as, you know, best work product, or you can modify them on your own because they're simply a Word document. You can change whatever you want.
Starts with the database. So whether we're using coal information, whether we're using geo leads from LandVoice, or whether we're using RedX leads, we're starting with that database. We're not going to allow ourselves to get discouraged because we have a low percentage of email addresses. People have been farming for decades upon decades without them. The fact that you've got them makes you a lucky ducky. So don't get upset just because you only have 40, 50, 60% of them. Use them, grow them, hold open houses, get more and more email addresses, work with them as clients, get more and more email addresses, and grow your database. But start with what you've got. Start with what you've got. Okay, so the first thing we're doing right now that I try to do with my farms, you know, every single May and June anyway, let alone in this market, is I try to get out a mailer that is similar to this one. And this is a We Need Listings email or snail mail letter. This goes in an envelope, right? This one is We Need Listings. This is just talking about the general market. We need listings. We're out of them. We got a housing shortage. Have you considered selling your home? We've got tons of buyers that are looking for it. Please let me know. Okay, so that's one way to say the message. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you three different types of content.
Now, of course, these letters are in the Eisenhower materials. So you don't have to sit down and wordsmith it, start with a blank page. You can sit down, start with a world-class page, and if you want to make changes, you can, but you probably don't have to.
That all really say the same message so that you can diversify your contacts week in and week out, okay? So the second one that I've got coming up, I'm going to show you here, is the listings needed email, okay? And this one actually says, here's an inventory of what you need. For example, I'm looking for these types of houses. Here's a couple 3 bedrooms, a 2-2. This one we know we need 1,400 square feet. So you got a hit list. I'm looking for these types in these different neighborhoods or these types of counties. Okay, so we've got that template we can use too, and that's your listings needed. I'll drop all these in the chat for you guys as I'm speaking. Actually, I'll keep doing that. So these are, you can download them as I'm dropping them in, and then you're going to see your buyer needs a home letter. This is when we're talking about a specific buyer. You know, you actually describe the buyer, tell a little bit about them. They have a couple kids. Here's where they're from. They're looking for your neighborhood. This is the Sutter Ranch community, so we list that by name. This could easily be a mailer that you send out to either neighborhood. It could be a letter inside an envelope. Definitely, if we use this as an email template, we always want to put the neighborhood name in the subject line. The key in farming is to be hyper local. I can't say that enough. Learn what hyper local is. If you get an email, think about the name of the neighborhood you live in. If you get an email that says Sutter Ranch residence with an exclamation point, I don't care who you are, you're opening it because you know that's not spam. Because no major companies know to market based upon neighborhood or community names. So it looks very, very pertinent to you. So you get a very high open rate. So a lot of people will associate with you and see what you're trying to do in there. Okay. And that's 6 touches I just showed you. There's 3 emails there and 3 letters. You send those out every 2 weeks. That should cover you between May and June every single year. Because I'll tell you right now, realtors have this terrible misconception that everybody knows they should put their house up on the market to get the widest exposure, to get the highest price. People just don't get it's not about money. It's not about money. If it were about money, what it's about is convenience. It's about speed. The reason everybody uses Amazon Prime is not because it's cheap. It's actually more expensive, but it's faster. The reason everybody buys beef jerky at a convenience store, it's not because it's the cheapest place to buy jerky. It's because it's right freaking there. And if you happen to have a buyer right now for their house, people list with you. That has been proven time and time again. Any agent worth their salt has lost a listing to another agent that said, hey, I've got buyers for your property. So this does work at a high level, and it's never worked more than it has in this ultra low inventory market. We've gotten amazing results from our clients by this mailer. That's why I'm starting with it, because it needs to go out first. Okay. It absolutely needs to go out first. So we layer that on top. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back through that database. Okay. We're going to go back to that database and we're going to set them up, everybody in that database up on listing e-alert emails. Okay. And that's, so if you don't know what a listing e-alert email is, basically that is like an auto prospecting email. Everybody's CRM should do it by now. Every MLS has this provided. It's when you set up, a buyer typically on a certain home search, right? You enter in certain types of criteria. Anytime a listing comes up that meets their criteria, they get an email, right? We're going to flip that upside down and use that for sellers, except not even sellers. We're going to use it for a neighborhood farm, right? So everybody in that Sutter Ranch neighborhood, let's say, that you have an email address for is going to get an email anytime another Sutter Ranch home comes up for sale. And they're going to get that from you. So it actually will start to look like they're all your listings. But even if not, they're going to start to see that you're the one that's providing them with the first to know. They'll always be the first to know anytime a home comes up for sale. They're always going to know if the price changes. They're going to know when the home sells. They're going to know what it sells for. They're going to get to look at their price and compare it to their home and see how their home's going up in value. They're going to actually look through photos of their neighbors' homes, which everybody wants to see. Everybody's curious. Compare the amenities of their home to the amenities of the home that just sold and see how the entire neighborhood's going up in value on a regular. And this little marketing image that we provide that is totally editable because it's in a Microsoft Word document. That's why I left it up here like this. Every one of our clients can go ahead and edit this document and be able to market this in their neighborhood Facebook groups, when they share this Facebook post with everybody in their farm lists, because we set up farm lists on Facebook, not farm groups, farm lists, right? Which means you can categorize all your friends that live in a certain neighborhood, all your Facebook friends that live in a certain neighborhood by the type of friends they are. You know that as family members, acquaintances, or custom. If you mark custom, you can set up your own SOI list or your own Sutter Ranch neighborhood list so that you can do this Facebook post just so that only the people in the Sutter Ranch neighborhood can see it. Do you guys see how much you have to learn about social media? And lists have been around forever. This has been around since the start of Facebook. It's amazing how much agents think they know about social media and really don't know anything or utilize it at all. So please tell them this. This is easy, basic, fundamental stuff, man. And Facebook isn't getting any weaker. I don't care how old you are. Age is no longer an excuse. Facebook is life. There's more reality happening on Facebook than there is in real life. Okay? So let's make sure that we're being able to market the benefits of their listing e-alert programs, that they know how to sell their greatest tool in real estate. And we market that to the farm. So now we're actually setting the we need listings, showing and evidencing the fact we have buyers, and showing how hard we provide customer service to the people in our farms for our buyers. Then we're going to show how we're going to provide customer service to the people in the farms by keeping them and making them first to know. They're going to get emails. They're going to know about a new listing before other agents do. They're going to be the first. They're going to be the first to know they can move up in the neighborhood. They can find their neighbors. They can tell their friends about it. And all the other reasons we just talked about, right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to send an intro mailer and an intro email for our program. And it looks like this. Again, we've had these in the coaching platform forever. It's our email farming template. about their neighborhood update. And this is letting them know, hey, be on the lookout. We're going to start sending you a lot of emails coming down the road. And here's how it works. So this is a great letter in the mail. This is a great email with a subject line, Sutter Ranch residents, your neighborhood updates. Okay? So that they can actually see, get ready. You're about to get a lot of emails from me. Okay? I'm going to drop that in the chat just so you guys have, I'll drop both of those in the chat so you have those too. So now we're setting another layer on top of our farming efforts. Okay? Another layer on top of our farming efforts. And that's the key about farming. See how none of this is any work at all to the team leader. This is why we coach full admin support teams, because they have marketing directors and listing managers. And that's who can do all this work. The team leader doesn't have to do any prospecting. This is a machine that runs. I've got teams that farm 10 to 15 to 20 neighborhoods. And right now they're crushing it because GCI is up. Sales are up. This is going to be a record year for sales. Agents will never make more than they do this year. There's never going to be more listings than there is right now. You guys realize that? So if your clients aren't getting it, or you're not getting it, it's because you're not doing the right thing. You haven't shifted. You haven't pivoted. Because right now, farming's huge. Farming's huge. So, and the key to farming is layering and adding value. And all these add value to somebody. Okay. Now, the next one is probably the most common, and that's going to be just listed, just sold marketing. Of course, ICC clients and ICC coaches have this huge marketing library in our coaching platform with tons of just listed, just sold, sale pending, open house marketing templates. And they look great because our own in-house designer, Rachel, made them.
Audrey, he's talking to you. Betty, he's talking to you. Angelica, Veronica, Doug, everybody, he's talking to you. Look in the mirror and go, boy, he is so talking to me.
They look beautiful. Okay? So we can use all those things. Here's the thing to teach with just listed, just sold. Okay? Just listed, just sold marketing is not just sending out 2 postcards with every listing. That's stupid. I never recommend anyone do that. They need to be part of a much bigger process, a process that includes listing e-alert emails going out to all the residents, a part that involves the we need listings or we need buyers templates I just showed you for mailers and emails, a process that involves Facebook targeting. They're just a piece of the puzzle. And if they're the only piece, this will never work. So what I recommend is a 6-to-2 ratio for just listed, just sold marketing, 6-to-2. And that means I want 6 emails and 2 mailers for every listing. Okay? Here are the 6 emails. If you're planning on writing, boy, you're going to go fast. Number 1, it's coming soon. I don't care about your MLS rules. Number 2, it's just listed. Number 3, it's open house. Number 4, it's under contract. Number 5, it's sale pending because I want another under contract, and we do sale pending when contingencies get waived. And then number 6, it's just sold. Okay? So again, coming soon, just listed, open house, sale pending, or under contract, sale pending, just sold. Those are your 6 emails. Then we're going to have 2 mailers, just listed, just sold. That's your 6-to-2, okay? If you do this with 1 listing, everybody in your farm is going to think you just sold 8 or 9 houses by the time you're done. It's going to evidence your success while showing the high level of customer service you provide to your seller clients that are their neighbors in your neighborhood. So it will be well received because it comes with props, respect. They're going to say, man, this guy markets hard. No one markets like this guy. No one brings it like this guy. So everything I'm doing is weaving in customer service so it adds value. This is me showing off my success because I got listings when I do work. They're going to say, no doubt this guy. I mean, look at all the marketing we get for this. We get the listing e-alerts. I need a buyer letter. I've got all this just listed, just sold marketing. No wonder he sells all this. He's the only realtor I've ever met that works. He's the only one that hustles. The rest just stick a sign in the yard. You sure you want to list with your cousin, honey? She just got her license. This guy seems to be the neighborhood expert, right? Because you're just showing them everything you do. Again, this is all totally leveraged to admin support. If you get an administrative assistant, I'll tell you, solo agents have a very hard time keeping up with this. It's one of the reasons we teach leverage in this company, that once you get to a certain point of 20, 30, 40 units per year, we need to start getting leverage and getting full-time administrative help, not a TC that's paid by the by the file, because the TC that's paid by the file is not going to do this extra work. Make sense? So that's why we always teach this model, a model that works for the top producing teams, a model that's profitable. So that's how when people say you hire an administrative assistant, they should pay for themselves on a 3-to-1 return, because these are all things that earn you money. All of this earns you income. So a good administrative support should bring in tons of business. And this is one of the examples why they should, right? So we do this 6 to 2. Now, if you want this 6 to 2 to work, it needs to go in your administrative assistant's listing to contract and contract to close checklists. You need to have 6 emails in there and those 2 mailers in there. So that way, anytime we take a listing, we can make sure they're checked off and all of these marketing activities are conducted, if that makes sense, okay? Now, lastly, on top of that, there's tons of things we can do in farms. So I'm just going to give you some of the core stuff that all my clients do, is we want to have block parties, right? A lot of you know my wife farms about 10 neighborhoods, and she's really good at doing block parties all summer long. She has 10 neighborhoods. What she does is she brings out a taco truck and a shaved ice cream truck type thing to each of those 10 neighborhoods over 10 consecutive weeks. And leading up to each Wednesday when she has these, she does a client event contact plan where she's emailing, mailing, Facebook retargeting, texting, straight to voicemail dropping everybody in that neighborhood to get them aware of the event. And since it's over the summer, she just has them on a Wednesday because she doesn't want to work weekends. That's when they have open houses and we have lives. So over the summer, she can do it on a weekday, like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because the kids are out. So everybody remembers it and they all bring their kids down and get a free ice cream. And it's kind of an annual thing that's done on behalf of each community. We're adding value. Every contact is to add value to members of the farm, whether it's for your buyers in the farm, on behalf of your sellers marketing in the farm, informing them about listing e-alerts in the farm, or giving them a block party in the farm. You're always adding value coming from contribution. We're diversifying our contacts because we're talking about different things. We either need a buyer, we've either got a seller we're marketing, or I'm updating you on another home, or I'm giving you a freaking taco truck. I'm doing something to add value to every member of the farm, and they're diversified. Then we're also diversifying the communication channels, whether it's voicemail, text, email, mailer, social media, retargeting, phone call, you name it. We can talk about all of these things that way as well too. So it's important we mix it up, and this becomes a system that is completely leverageable to your admin staff. And that's true geographic farming. It's not just sending out monthly update marketing mailers. That will get you a very, very low return. Make sense?
So, did anybody learn anything?
Yes, that you have to come from value contribution.
Yep, that is the truth. Lost the
And
picture here. I'm back.
I do have one question. How can
Okay,
you get
only one?
how can you get like people's yeah, just one. How can you get people's email address in this particular community?
Okay, so go back and watch the beginning of Brian's video. He tells you the exact companies that are doing
Okay.
that for us. He tells you which ones you'll get a better rate on,
Okay.
and he tells you who to talk to in those companies.
Okay.
So it's all spelled out. And then, of course, you have all the
Okay.
materials that are in the Eisenhower curriculum. So you are a member of the Real Estate
Okay.
Agent Roundtable. So go to the Real Estate Agent Roundtable
Yes.
and you'll see that video. Because what I do is I take these videos, it takes me a
Okay.
while because I have to go through and listen to them. I edit at the beginning and the end and edit things in and out. And then I put them up on my real estate coaching dude. But this one is directly from Brian on the Real Estate Agent Roundtable. Okay, so I thought there was a lot of
Okay.
good information because all that
So the real
layering
estate agent
is
roundtable.
critical because it just takes people 5 times of seeing you before they actually recognize your name. And it really helps if you're doing it with video. So Audrey, for the team, there's a whole bunch of things there that you guys can use to, you know, not just end it with that one closing that we have today. This is a whole campaign of, wow, just sold, and this is this, and here's what we're doing, and, you know, really setting up those neighborhoods and really blasting out to them. So now let's suppose that you do this and it works and it gets you a meeting with a client. What are you going to say? Because what are clients saying to us out in the market right now? Oh, prices are going up. Maybe I'll wait till they come down. Ooh, I want to sell my house, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to buy anything. So, you know, you have to have all of these objections and this way, what we call a guided self-discovery. You got to use the right questions, making the right statements to get your clients to self-discover why they need to take action now. So if you're trying to get them to drink from a fire hose by just shooting all the facts at them, how's that working? Here are some of the scripts that you can take and make work for you right now. So let me take over the screen again. And here's the real estate scripts for you can use for people that are giving you the I want to wait. And I want to wait is not, please don't think of that as an objection. That's just a stall. Okay? So you just have to have them talk themselves out of their fear of stalling. So let's take a look at how we can do that. Okay? These are the actual scripts that you can use. Okay? As Brian said, 2021 is going to be the biggest year ever for real estate. Now, sometimes it doesn't feel that way because we're hearing, wow, you know, it's such a tight market. It's hard to get inventory and things are selling within an hour. And what am I going to do? Be ready when the opportunity presents itself. Okay. So you've got to equip yourself with these scripts and these strategies to get them thinking the right way. You got to help them make the right decision to be a financial benefit for them. Now, there's a whole video here that you can watch with people playing with these scripts. Okay. So one great way to reach out to your sphere is to check in with them and ask them, who do they know? Right? Boy, the market's so hot right now. Do you know anybody that wants to sell their house? Because I've got buyers and I need listings, and you put a lot of energy into it. And what are clients thinking if you're saying, hey, do you know anybody that's got a house to sell? Because, boy, I've got 5 buyers ready to go right now to look at something in your area. So do you know anybody in your area? What's the client hearing? Anybody? Crickets? The client's hearing, you're asking me to sell my house without asking me. That's what they're feeling. Wait a minute. Yeah, I do have some friends, but wow, if the market's so hot, maybe this is a good time for me. It's a lot smoother than calling them up and saying, do you want to sell your house? Their first answer is going to be no. So don't ask a brush off no question. Ask them if they know anybody that's thinking about it. If you're going to put your house up for sale right now, as it says here on the screen, you're going to put yourself up, you're going to get the most bang for the buck. It'll sell, and it'll likely sell over listing. It's such low interest rates. So all of these things, all of these scripts are here. You need to have these nuggets and have them in your mind so that when you go in as bullet points, you can pay more attention to what the client's saying because you've got ready answers that you don't even have to think about. Waiting till next spring is a financial mistake. It's never been safe to assume that you get above market. Things are going on right now. I'm in your corner, and as your agent and financial advisor, you got to move quickly. Use the buzzwords, steer them around. What buzzwords? Here they are. Right now is the safest. That's a great word. It's never been safer and more sure that you get a good price above market. It's the safe conservative choice. If you wait to April, boy, that's a huge roll of the dice. And we're not recommending that to the clients because so many things can happen between now and April. My job is to look out for your best interest. Look, these things are here. And I know sometimes people say to me, God, it's so much, it seems overwhelming. Where do I start? Start with what we covered in this meeting. Check out these things. Go in, make some notes, find out some of the things you want. Get your own sheet. You know, interest rates right now increase your buying power. This is a great time. And then there's more listing scripts for sellers that want to buy a home before the listing. I sent this in an email to everybody. I hope you got it. If you didn't, you can see it here and you can see where the link is. It's in the Real Estate Trainer, Real Estate Scripts for Sellers wanting to wait. But then you can get into sellers that want to buy before listing, you know, how to empower your team. Don't forget the ICC Summit's coming up October 7th. Going forward from that, they've got some great speakers lined up. It's going to be beautiful. It's at Morro Bay, right on the water in Central California. It's beautiful. It's even buyer lead scripts. They even got some side excursions going on. It's so exciting to be a real estate agent right now. I hope and trust that you're taking advantage of every opportunity. If you can save the time that you would spend trying to wordsmith these things from scratch, start with excellent and go forward. This gives you more time to be one-on-one with those clients, sending out those emails, getting them, you know, Brian mentioned you can retarget them on Facebook, get that list. And then there's a whole section in our curriculum of how to retarget. Now, I got to tell you, I had an experience with someone that used to be an agent with us. He's starting his own business. And I'm talking to him about what retargeting is. And I hooked him up with Mike Cuevas to do a video. So he comes back to me and he goes, man, that Cuevas guy, dang, I see he's everywhere. He must be spending millions on marketing. Everywhere I go, I see him. And that gave me the opportunity to say, okay, now you know what I'm talking about with retargeting. He's not doing all that advertising. He's trained the computer and the internet to teach you how to stalk him. Because he's only paying for you, not everybody else to see it. So dig into these materials, get your money's worth. Questions, comments?
You said at the beginning of the video, then we can find the companies that will be able to help us.
Absolutely. Brian names the companies by name.
Okay.
He tells you who to ask for when you call in that company.
Okay.
And
Thank
that
you, John.
is it'll be up on our Sell State page, excuse me, on my Real Estate Coaching Dude page, but that'll take a couple of days with the editing and the uploading. You can just go right now, today, to the Real Estate Agent Roundtable, scroll down, and you'll find this video.
What is the name of the video?
Okay, let's go. All right, I will show you exactly. It's the Monday Motivator after Labor Day. I'll put it up for you.
Okay.
Right here. So it's the Real Estate Agent Roundtable, Brian Eisenhower, Monday Motivator. Digital geographic farming techniques to generate listings in low inventory markets, implementing these inexpensive online strategies. What could be easier than that? Any other, does that answer your question, Angelica?
Yes, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Any other questions? Here's a little bit about the ICC Summit coming up. I highly recommend it. And Audrey, you know what I would suggest? Maybe you and the other girls on the team can chip in and buy this book and give it to Emerald. Of course, you get to use it too. So you're giving her a gift that keeps on giving.
Okay.
And I think that any other comments or questions? And I want to apologize to the people that didn't get my emails or text messages since they're not here today, because we usually have a lot more conversation. And so I'm going to let you go a little bit early today, unless anybody has anything or they want to watch, they want more homework. No? All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for those of you who sent me birthday wishes for yesterday. I am older than I saw you the last time.
Happy belated birthday.
Had a good one. The wife took excellent care of me. We had a lobster dinner last night. Great stuff. So have a lovely day. Have a lovely week.
Awesome.
I'll see new people on Tuesday, the regular team on Wednesday. Have fun. Make money. Peace out.
Take care. Bye, John. Bye. Bye.
Bye, John.
Thank you, Vera.
John, you know, we have the walkthrough today for my closing.
Oh, wow, congrats. Woo.
Yep. All right.
What are you going to do with all that money?
I don't know yet.
I'm available if you need any help spending it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
You don't have to thank me. I'm that kind of guy.
All right. Bye, John.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.